National Broadcasting Company invites you by transcription to join The Chase. There's always the hunter and the hunted, the pursuer and the pursued. It may be the voice of authority or a race with death and destruction, the most relentless of the hunters. There are times when laughter is heard as counterpoint, and moments when sheer terror is the theme. But always, there is the chase.
You a tourist, mister? I know just as soon as I saw you standing up here at the bar. Hoyle's my handle. Most of the old China hands call me Tattoo Charlie. How do you like Hong Kong, mister? Ain't she a great little town? I've been here off and on now for the last 5... What are you looking at, mister? This gimmick I got here in my hand? It's a Chinese Buddha, made of gold. They could have bought and sold Hong Kong twice over not so long ago. I can see now that you're laughing, just like all the rest. But if you set me up a beer to wash the clinkers out of my crew, I'll swap you a yarn that'll make your eyes pop out like oysters on a half shell. I'm not superstitious, mister. Get that straight before we begin. I can't help thinking it was Saturday the 6th of June when this rhubarb commenced to start. I was an able seaman first class when my ship put into Hong Kong harbor. As soon as I got shore leave, I headed for Lee Hip Singh's joint, just off Queen Street near the main drag. Lee Hip's a tattooer, the best in the East. And I wrote him in advance to make a date and add another masterpiece to the collection I already got on my arms and back.
What do you want Blitzer this time, Mr. Charlie? We have very little room.
Can you fit it in here between Betty Grable and the Taj Mahal?
Blitzer a bit too small. So, turn around.
What's under my shoulder blades?
On left side is Eiffel Tower, nothing on right.
And start your needlework.
Hold still. You just in from what port, Mr. Charlie?
Manila?
From here?
Formosa?
Formosa. Taipei?
Yeah. Take it easy with that needle. You bear down a little hard.
When you sail for Formosa, Mr. Charlie?
5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Why?
Nothing important. Except Lee Hip have good plan of Formosa. Maybe you take him small flavor for me?
You want me to deliver something?
His good luck Buddha is made of gold. Lee Hip plus Tattoo Charlie. No, good luck Buddha be delivered okay.
You got a Buddha made of gold?
Wait here, Mr. Charlie. Hip Sing, show you.
He shuffled out of the room in his black pajamas and slippers and come back a minute later with something in his hand. It was a laughing Buddha made of gold. I kind of lost my interest when I saw it was only maybe 2 inches high.
Buddha bling luck, Mr. Charlie, is very important. He reads my friend. Address on paper inside base.
Ain't very big, is he? What's he worth?
It may be 600-700 Hong Kong dollar. But worth lot more to my friend in other way. Mr. Charlie, you bring Buddha to Formosa and do Lee Hip good turn. One day, Lee Hip do good turn for Charlie, too.
Hey, you got a telephone, Lee Hip?
Well, must be restaurant upstairs. You stay here one moment. Lee Hip, go see.
He was lying, and I knew it. That phone ring was coming from his bedroom next door. While I was wondering what a guy who made coolie money was doing with a phone in his dump, I heard him jabbering away in the next room in Chinese. Old boy was getting excited. He sounded scared. When he come back 2 minutes later, his skin was as green as that band on your Panama, mister. He looked like a man who just got the fright of his natural life.
Mr. Charlie! Mr. Charlie!
Hey, what's
Charlie.
with you?
Mr. Charlie! Remember, Flynn. No more.
He hit the floor like a sack of flour and didn't move. He croaked just like that right in front of my glimpse, mister. Not a scratch on his side. Must have been his ticker. An excitement on the phone. I wasn't waiting for no medical reports. I jumped into my shirt and started for the street. But I only got as far as the door. There were two of them, mister. And one in front was built like a wheelhouse. With a fat poker face and eyes that reminded me of floating marbles in a pot of blubber.
Wait.
Who are you?
You step inside, please.
Now, wait a minute.
Why Lee Hip Sing on floor, please?
He's dead.
You kill him, please. My name, Lieutenant Choi, Hong Kong Police.
Oh.
You friend of Lee Hip Sing?
I'm just a sailor, Lieutenant, on the China Doll. We sail for Formosa in the morning.
Formosa, please?
Yeah?
You do some favor for Lee Hip on Formosa?
How'd you know that, Lieutenant?
You come with me.
You ain't gonna jug me, Lieutenant.
No argument, just come. Please?
Next thing I know, mister, he's pushing me into a banged-up Jeep and we're driving to the ferry. 20 minutes after we were over Victoria Bay and heading across the Kowloon Peninsula with the lights on Hong Kong Island fading out behind us. And the red frontier moving closer up ahead. Hey, where we going, Lieutenant?
I tell you soon.
Now, wait a minute. This is highly irregular. You know that, don't you?
Please?
I'm a United States citizen. I got a right to my rights. You listening to me, Lieutenant? Where you taking me? The commie border's only 20 miles away. I gotta get back to my ship, Lieutenant. We sail in 6 hours. Don't you hear me? Let me loose. Let me loose! Maybe I'm slow on the uptake, mister, but I ain't so thick I didn't figure he was taking me for a one-way ride. My lieutenant gag was just a come-on. I knew I had to talk fast to swap my one-way fare for a round-trip ticket. Look, is this trip necessary, Mr. Choi?
Quiet, please.
Oh, I ain't giving you no arguments, am I? Why the rough stuff? If there's something you want out of Tattoo Charlie, just ask for it.
We ask when we come to border. Soon now.
You mean you drive me over the British line? You must be a commie agent. What do you want with me? What's the matter?
Cow Block Road.
Want me to move him?
You stay, please. I move cow with this.
He pulled out a cannon as big as your leg and fired twice in the air. The cow jumped one way and I jumped the other, right out of the side of the Jeep and into a ditch. As I picked myself up and started to run, I could almost feel the slugs from his partner's gun as they slid past my ear. What happened? Well, I'm here, ain't I? My luck held out. That was only the beginning. Wrestle me up another lager, mister. Because now it really gets to be a yarn. It took me 2 hours to get back the ferry slip. And I'm acting like a scared rabbit all the way. I knew they was chasing me, searching in the scrub the way a hound dog scratches for fleas. But by the time I'm on the ferry moving back across the bay, I'm feeling easier. Well, I'm back on Queen Street and heading for a British copper precinct when I run smack into Eddie Trock, third mate on the China Doll. He's got more than a couple in him already, and he's looking for a fight when he spots me coming up the sidewalk, grabs my arm.
That dude, Charlie.
Eddie.
Where you been all night, you stupid slob?
I've been busy.
Busy? When you ought to be getting tanked? We sail at 5.
Something happened, Eddie. I gotta go see the coppers.
The coppers? What for?
I've been kidnapped.
Kidnapped? You? What'd they trade you back for, a hunk of rusty bulkhead?
They wanted this, Eddie. What do you think of it? See?
What's that?
A Buddha.
A Buddha?
Made of gold.
Hey, you thirsty, Charlie?
Dry as dust.
I'll buy you a sharpen. Right in here, Charlie. Now maybe we'll go and see the coppers. Together.
We had some scotch after that, and then we tried a little Hong Kong gin. By 3 a.m., mister, the world was getting cozy again. Solid gold, Eddie. Must be worth a couple hundred American. No question about that. You've noticed so little.
Only a couple of hundred? And went all that trouble to take you for a ride?
Funny, eh?
Yeah, it's a scream. I know you had it all the time, only they didn't try to grab it.
Huh?
Never mind, Charlie. Have another drink. You just got time for 3 more fingers before we sail.
It was them last 3 fingers that did it, mister. 'Cause I passed out like a light. When I come to and shook the busted glass out of my skull, the joint was empty. Eddie was gone. So was my little gold Buddha. It was Eddie who crossed me, and I should have known. He'd cut his grandmother's throat for a chew of tobacco. When I turned around and started walking back toward Princess Street, I passed an alley, and I heard something groan. It was Eddie Truck, lying flat in his face. His shirt was torn nearly half off his back, mister. He had a 10-inch butcher knife sticking out of his side. Eddie, what happened?
Watch yourself, Charlie. They'll get you, too.
He rolled over once, mister, and he stretched out his hand. And he opened his palm as he kicked the gong, and a laughing Buddha rolled out at my feet.
Hello, please.
Joy.
No time now for ride, please. Turn.
You ain't gonna shoot me in the back, Joy.
Turn.
Hey, what are you doing? Lay off my shirt. Stop pulling at me. Let me go. He was tearing the clothes off my back when the cop blew his whistle. As Troy made a run for it, I slid down against the wall on rubber legs. 20 minutes later, I was sitting in the city brig, wondering if they was going to hang me for murder.
Yes, yeah. My name's Howard, old boy, British intelligence. Yeah, how do you feel?
Oh, great. I'm booked for murder. I'm in a regular holiday mood.
Did anyone mention murder?
What'd you lock me up for?
You're free to go whenever you please. After you answer my questions.
I told that desk sergeant everything I know. I found Eddie Truck in the street with a sticker in his bag. The commie agent was the one who done it after he tried to take me for a ride.
For this.
Oh, you got my Buddha.
It's rather interesting. Where did you get it?
Well, I told that to the sergeant, too. Lee Hip Singh gave it to me to take to a friend.
Oh, yes, the Chinese tattoo artist who died of a heart attack this evening.
And it was his heart.
Very interesting, but let's get back to the Buddha. You say he asked you to deliver it to someone. To whom?
Well, the name was inside the bull.
We found the slip of paper in the base. Was anyone else mentioned?
Say, what is this? Why should a 2-inch hunk of gold start a ruckus this size?
The Buddha isn't gold, old boy. Merely gold-filled.
And it ain't even worth 200.
As an ornament? Hardly. Here.
You giving it back to me?
Naturally, it's yours.
Thanks. Can I go now?
Of course.
Just like that?
Just like that. Oh, and incidentally, you'd better buy yourself another shirt before you're pulled in again for indecent exposure.
I couldn't believe it, mister. They let me sail out just free as air. I had a feeling there was a hitch. And I was right. 5 minutes later, as I'm walking down the street, I get the feeling I'm being tailed. I look behind me and I see a tall guy with his hands in his pockets staring inside his store window, just like that's all he had got to do. I walk a little faster. He's still behind me, keeping step. So I start to run. He starts to run. The next thing you know, I'm tearing down the street like a wild man with my engine in high. They were hounding me. Chase was on again. What did I do? What did they want from me? For the love of Mike, what were they after? I give him the slip once more. I duck into Repulse Street where Sugar Bowl Annie lives. Annie's an old China hand, mister. She's been here 40 years. She speaks Chinese like a native. But the Sugar Bowl's always good for a handout when the going gets rough. Annie? Annie, wake up. Let me in. Annie!
Who's out there?
Tattoo Charlie. Let me in. That was close.
You being followed?
Yeah.
By who?
Everybody in town, practically. I'm getting so popular they're even tearing souvenirs out of my shirt.
What have you done, Charlie?
Nothing.
Who did you croak?
I didn't croak nobody, I tell you. Let me sit down, take myself a breather. I'm fresh out of lungs. Take a look out of the window, Annie, and see if there's anybody on the street.
Stay put.
Well,
There's a tall guy outside moving up and down.
you recognize him, Annie?
There's nobody I don't recognize in this part of China. He's a British agent.
What about a Chinese named Choi? Ever hear of him?
Small guy, built wide, with a face like a Siamese cat.
That's my boy.
Red agent. Works in and out of Hong Kong and Macau. All right, Charlie. Mooch along.
You ain't throwing me out, Annie.
I ain't running a rooming house for hot ones like you, Charlie. That's a cinch.
All right. All right.
Wait a minute. I got an old shirt left here by a crumb bomb, I know. Maybe it'll fit you. The one you're wearing is falling off your back.
Ah, thanks, Annie.
You can go up on the roof and cross over to the Chinese chow joint next door. The guy outside will be looking for you to come out of this house and not the next one. And don't come back here. Sorry?
This is shirt?
Yes.
You could have washed it. Smells like Bill's pipe.
You want me to drown it in French perfume? Put it on and get...
Okay, take it easy. Just let me change shirts. What's the matter? What are you staring at?
Your back, Charlie.
What about my back? For crying out loud, what are you gaping at? Tell me.
There's a kind of a map tattooed on your back with some Chinese writing under it.
A map?
Get over here by the mirror and twist your head.
Now, what would he do that for?
Who?
Lee Hip. I told him I want a picture of a dancing girl in that spot. Why? Annie.
What?
Eddie Trock. They found him with half his shirt torn off.
Who's Eddie Trock?
And Choi. He's the guy who tried to rip my shirt off, too. Now I get it. In the dark, they must have mistook Eddie Trock for me. And this tattoo must be what they're looking for, Annie. Can you read what it says?
No.
Well, you told me you could read Chinese.
It's a different dialect. Must be from Mongolia somewhere. I can't make it out, but I know someone who can.
Get him.
Now?
Oh, no, next Thursday. Let me wait till I got what Eddie Trock got before I find out why I'm the patsy.
I'll be back in half an hour, Charlie. And don't open this door to anyone else but me.
You get it, mister? The answer was on my back. Lee Hip tattooed a message to his pal in Formosa. The laughing Buddha was just to identify me. It was the tattoo that was important. Anyway, the sugar bowl come back about 20 minutes later with an old Chinese with a beard this long. Who's there?
It's me, Charlie. Open up.
Who's this?
His handle is Henry Putao. What he don't know about Chinese dialects ain't worth knowing.
Well, let's see if he can read this Chinese.
Turn around and let him look.
Well?
The dialect is a very ancient one. It hasn't been used for many years.
Well, never mind the double talk. What's it say?
It says, the gold is hidden in the cave. Follow the red line.
What red line?
There seems to be a red line that runs through this diagram tattooed above the message. Perhaps it refers to that.
Gold. You hear that about gold, Charlie?
Does it say anything else?
No. However, perhaps I can supply a few details.
You?
I was here in Hong Kong during the Japanese occupation. I recall a rumor that suggested they had hidden a great hoard of gold bars on the island, stolen from the various banking organizations.
That adds, Annie. Don't you see? The commies want to know where that gold is hid. So do the British and the national government of Formosa. Lee Hip was sending the dope to Formosa on my back. Henry, you got any idea how much gold is hid?
A few weeks after the liberation, the British posted a reward for information leading to the whereabouts of $500 million in gold bullion.
$500 million?
Charlie.
How much was the reward, Henry?
If I recall, perhaps 150,000 Hong Kong dollars.
Let me see it. That British cop is still outside.
He ain't there anymore, Charlie. He was gone when we come in.
Now that I want him to grab me, take some powder. All right, I'm going back to that limey jail. Ho, ho, ho. I'm going to sell a hide off my back, Annie. For 150 grand. Ha, ha, ha. Now, when I left Sugar Bowl Annie's, if I'd have walked straight up Queen Street, this yarn might have had a different ending. Well, I figured I'd be safer if I picked my way along the waterfront and then cut across. And I kept a sharp eye on every hole in the walls. I moved down along the road that skirts the bay. I was halfway over and just about to cut away from the walls when I noticed him. When he raised his head, I saw it was Choi. I started to run, but I soon changed my mind, mister. Because there ain't no way I ever heard out to outsprint a 45. Okay, I'll wait.
You don't move, please.
What do you want, Choi?
You come, please.
Where?
Sampan at end of wharf.
We going for a boat ride?
No talk. Walk.
He walked me to the end of the wharf and shoved me into a dirty sampan with a tin roof and ragged sail. It was a tough-looking monkey in a coolie hat fooling around with an inboard motor. As soon as we hit the deck, he turned her over and she started to move, heading for the harbor entrance in the open sea. Where are you taking me?
Soon you'll see.
Well, can't we talk this over?
No talk, please. Just sit.
Now, I'm warning you, Choi. I got my rights. When the American ambassador hears about this, it's going to be trouble. I'll be an international incident. That's what I'll be.
You'll be food for fish, Tattoo Charlie. Nothing more.
Listen, the tattoo's on my back. Copy it down and let me go, will you? I won't horn it. You can take the gold. They're shooting at us. They're shooting at us from that boat off the port side. Let me out of here.
Don't move, please.
Let me out. Let me out. How do you like that, mister? Sounds like a moving picture, huh? Saved by the British Horse Marines in the nick of time. It was a harbor patrol boat. Half an hour later, I was inside that British jug again. Only this time, it was a pleasure. Ah, right, Mr. Howard.
Get a bit of a soaking, old boy?
Oh, that's all right. For the dough I'm getting paid, I'd swim the China Sea.
You're getting paid, are you? By whom?
You?
For what?
The tattoo map I got on my back. There's a reward out for that gold, ain't there?
I see you've learned quite a bit since our last meeting.
You figured I had some dope on that bullion haul, didn't you? Well, you were right, only I didn't know about it until an hour ago. Lee Hip put a tattoo on my back that's worth $500 million to you and 150 G's to me, Captain. Have a look. Well?
I don't see anything except some silly pictures.
Oh, the map. The Chinese writing under my shoulder.
There's nothing there but a smudge of dirty paint, old boy. Sorry.
A smudge of dirt? It can't be. Give me a mirror, quick. He was right, mister. There was nothing left of the map of the Chinese writing. See, Lee Hip was in a hurry, and he didn't have time to use his needle to make it permanent. He just used his tattoo paint, and it washed right off when I went overboard. Well, that's the story, mister. All I got left is a little gold Buddha I'm holding in my hand. What's that? You want to buy the Buddha for a souvenir? I couldn't do that, mister. I got a sentimental interest in this little guy. Manner of speaking. 10? Well, now, listen, I wouldn't do this for everybody, but I can see you want to give the folks back home a thrill. So I'll make a sacrifice. It's yours for sawbuck. And good luck to you, mister. You a tourist, mister? Ha, I know just as soon as I saw you standing at the bar. Hoyle's my handle. Most of the old China hands call me Tattoo Charlie. How do you like Hong Kong, mister? Ain't she a great little town? I've been here off and on now for the last 5... what are you looking at, mister? This gimmick I got here in my hand? That's a Chinese Buddha. Made of gold. And it could have bought and sold Hong Kong twice over, not so long ago.
The Chase was created and written for the National Broadcasting Company by Lawrence Clee. Featured in tonight's cast was Kermit Murdoch. Others were Santos Ortega, Donald Buca, Leon Janney, and Abby Lewis. This is Mel Brandt inviting you to tune in next week when a man makes a bargain with death and finds his creditor in full pursuit in The Chase. The Chase is transcribed and directed by James Harvey.
Now you can enjoy Dragnet Sundays on NBC.